Hey everybody, it's the Sacred Genie. I was just in the mirror, just admiring myself and just touching on myself. I think I was actually watching porn. Not my own, but someone else's porn. I think that's what I was doing. And I was just thinking, like, men really have, or in our lineage, we've been told to be seen and not heard. You know, sex is for the men. Oh, I got my champagne on. Hey everybody, it is the Sacred Genie. Hello, welcome. So, I'm getting back accustomed to being on a, on a schedule, trying to put out content every week for you guys on YouTube. Also through the Patreon. Thank you for everyone who is, on my Patreon. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all are the bomb. Literally, y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for investing in me. Thank you so much for supporting me. I really appreciate that. Thank you for even the words of encouragement from just random people. Like, I appreciate you keeping me encouraged, and it's never overlooked. Like, just know that I love you guys, like, with all of my heart. I love y'all. So I'm giving y'all a little bit of, classic sexiness today. I got the shoulders out, got my sweater. This is literally like one of my favorite sweaters. It's like got a cowl neck, but you can kind of wear it off the shoulder or with both shoulders down. So we'll see if it cooperates. I like it with both shoulders kind of down. So make sure I'm up in this mic okay. So anyways, today what we are discussing, class, we are discussing the art of pussy eating, otherwise known as cunnilingus. And I've touched on pussy eating before. I cannot remember what episode that was, but I just know that we need a refresher. And, I'm going to be here to give that to you. I'm happy to give that to you. It's a pleasure for me to have experienced both pussy eating and, fellatio, dick sucking. Like, I love both. If I could pick a favorite, it would be neither, because I love them both. They're just equal to me. So, and I do it with passion. I tweeted the other day that I do not suck dick or eat pussy. I merely just make love to them both with my mouth. It's literally an art of passion for me. So, yeah. So, literally with any rule, with either or, the first rule is to do it with love. If you don't love to do it, then I don't want it. Actually, I want it, but I don't want it from you. So, I'm always going to want the head. But if you don't love to do either or, I always suggest that you need to find out why. Like, why is it still disgusting to you? Is it some type of traumatic experience that you've experienced when trying it before? Or is it still some type of shit from that you were taught in your past that it is a bad thing or a disgusting thing, and you need to dig deep and figure that out, because pleasing your partner should never be disgusting to you. Now, if your partner is unclean or they don't know how to take care of themselves, they don't know how to eat right, then that's a discussion that you need to have with them, or maybe you need a new partner. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not messing with anyone that is not that is not clean. Like, I don't have time for that. I'm very clean. I can't say that I eat the best of everything, but I definitely have a pretty regular, healthy diet for the most part. I don't eat meat. I eat seafood here and there, but I drink water, hella water every day. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. Like, you don't see me out here just wilding with my body. But for the most part, I take care of myself, so I expect my partner to do the same. So if they're not doing the best, that is a conversation that you do need to have with them. If they're just not cooperative, because people gonna do what they want to do. They grown as fuck. So you can't force anybody to do anything. But I would just express that as a concern. Use your throat chakra. Hello, that is literally my favorite chakra, especially of 2022. I'm using my throat chakra so much more to communicate my needs, to communicate my desires, all of that. So use that throat chakra. I feel like I'm spitting, Lord. And, tell your partner. Let's see. So let's dig right on into it. So that was number 1. So the first thing that I like to do when I am eating pussy, really most of these things can go for both eating pussy and sucking dick. But when it comes to pleasing your woman or your partners with vaginas, I always suggest that you want to be a little bit more catering. You want to cater to both, obviously. I treat both equally, but I'm not going to lie, I'm just a tad bit, not biased. But yeah, a little bit biased because I'm a woman myself and I know what I like. So I know, for the most part, what other women like. They don't like everything that I like. So talk to your partner when doing these things. But yes, so I like to include the senses. I like to do that regardless, like just with sex in general, including the senses, your sight, smell, taste, hearing, feel, all of that shit. Include them because it helps heighten the sensual aspect. It helps with the foreplay of it all. What you can do as far as like touch, you can obviously, feel all over their body, caress them, all of that type of stuff. But when it comes to sound, setting the mood, of course your music and things like that, but what I like to do personally and what I like to receive is words of affirmation. Y'all know that I'm all about that. That is my favorite absolute love language, number 1 on my list. But words of affirmation, like tell your partner how beautiful they look right now, how beautiful that pussy looks. Pussy is gorgeous. But remind them. I mean, they know it. Maybe you've said it before, but remind them why you're in this moment. That helps heighten their sexual peak. Let them know that they smell good. I always smell good. But whenever my partner tells me that I smell good, it's a turn on for me because it's like, for one, you noticed. For one, you noticed that I put on this cologne or not cologne, but perfume in my, instance. Once you notice that I have great natural body odor, I am turned on because you're taking heed to the little things. Also the scent of their pussy.
You want to smell my punani?
Yeah.
When you tell me my pussy smells great, honey. And also let them know how wet they are. Like, oh, you're so wet. Oh, that is my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I love being told that I am so wet. It's because I don't know why. And I can't really say why. Obviously, because we're both having a good time. That means that you're noticing that I am very horny right now. And I know that you enjoy wet pussy. So I'm turned on by you telling me how wet that I am. Etc. Just heighten their confidence. A confidence boost, definitely. Let's see. Next, I will say, do not dive right into the pussy.
I'm about to dive in.
Don't dive with dick, with tongue, nothing. Caress. And when I say caress, I mean take your time. I mean, explore each body part. Start from the neck. Like, I love getting my neck, my ears nibbled on. People, that's a lost art. I don't hear people talking about getting your ears nibbled on. And it's been a while since I've had that done. But I do it to my partners, which is crazy. I'm like, because that's me needing to use my throat chakra, obviously, because I've not communicated that I like that. But, then again, it's not really been on my mind. But sometimes I'm like, dang, I'll do this to you. I'm surprised that you don't want to do this to me. Like, but that's my fault. I need to communicate that. So, yes. So, explore with the ears, the neck, the chest, the titties. Get my nipple. We'll get into more of that later. But my back, like, caress every inch of me. Like, incorporate the whole package because that will send me... It'll open the floodgates, honey. So definitely incorporate the full body. This is a full body experience, regardless of the fact that you're about to give me head or anything. Incorporate all of it. Kiss and caress when we get down to the pussy. I'm skipping ahead a little bit for the sake of time. But when we get down to it, caress my pussy, but don't be in such a rush to go straight for the clit. Don't be in a rush to start fingering me. Nothing like that. Literally, explore with the different parts of the pussy. So this is where learning the anatomy of a woman comes in great handy, specifically the vagina. So there's an outer labia and an inner labia. So it's really good to understand that there's a difference between the two. I'm pretty sure that you've explored with it. So the outer labia, and I have my little pocket pussy that I'm going to use as an example. I don't know what happened to her. I've pulled this thing out before and something happened. She got melted or something, maybe during my move here, but I don't know. She looks fucked up. Sorry. But the pussy part is still intact. So there's an outer labia and also an inner labia. And the outer labia are the lips that you see, like literally just at first glance. So touch on the outer labia. Let me put this into the camera for you guys. So touch on that outer labia. I love this replica. I want a bigger one, obviously, so that way y'all can see everything and it has more parts showing. But I love how it kind of shows the clit, like from the outside. It's the shape of the clit already. As you guys know, the clit is not only that little dot that you see on the top, but it's really a whole wishbone. And see how it shows the pussy as a whole wishbone on this thing? I love it. So yeah, the outer labia are the outer lips, and then the inner labia, if you pay attention to the pussy, are the inner lips. This one doesn't really have it, but if you notice, look on your girls or their pussy, look at it and observe that they do have an inner labia. You can caress those two different things and do them softly, slowly. Take your fucking time. There's no rush to any of this. And honestly, when you take your time, even when I know most women, they're like, I like it now, give it to me, da 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 da. If you slow it down for them, despite them saying that they want it fast, if you slow it down, I guarantee you she's going to come super quick. Just because she's already super duper horny and you're taking your time and stuff. Her like not anxiety. She's very anxious for this moment. So maybe she's going to come a little bit fast, whatever. But she's going to really enjoy that. And she's going to thank you for it. It's a part of edging too. Like maybe you can help her practice edging. But yeah, so the outer labia and the inner labia. So you want to stimulate both of them. You can caress them with your fingers. You can like kind of play with one or the other, like kind of like put like kind of gently squeeze or whatever one side versus the other. Just kind of play down there, whatever. Play with the wetness and things. Now, know what you're doing. Know what you're going for. Don't just go down there and just start like I don't want you to do any of that. Please study the anatomy so that way you can know what to go for. Yeah, so outer labia, get acquainted with the pussy. Literally, introduce yourself to it before you start diving into doing anything. So maybe you're gonna, what I like to do with myself, even when I'm not horny, I like to touch myself. And when I touch myself, it's not always for the clit or any parts of the inside of the vagina. Sometimes I just take my palm and I just hold it over my pussy. Like I say pussy a lot. And it's not because I don't like the word vagina. I just say pussy. It's just my lingo. Sorry if you're offended. Vagina as well. But sometimes I just cup it. Like I'll just put my hand over it. And it's like it's giving it a sense of security. Like, hey, I'm here. I'm here if you need me. I don't know. It's weird. Like not weird, but it's really like a safety thing for me, or it's just a comfort thing. It keeps it warmer. Literally, I love doing that. So you can do that too. Just kind of just introduce your hand slowly but surely. You don't have to go straight for the clit and things like that. Let me see. So what I also like to do is kind of stroke my palm or stroke my fingers up against the clit. Around the hood. Y'all know I always talk about the clitoral hood. You can also do the inner labia and things like that, kind of like what I just said. But this time you want to go ahead and do it gently. Just stroke around it. You can do it in circular motion. Expose the clit by just spreading the lips apart. you know, just kind of like play with it. You know, I feel definitely awkward because this is not a big enough pussy for y'all to see. I hate this, but we're gonna work with what we got, right? So just kind of spread the lips apart, you know, just expose the outer portion of the clit that you can see. And when I say play with the lips, just remember that the clit is behind those lips. It also extends behind those set of lips. So that's why I say incorporate those two, because you're getting the full experience of it. And there's different ways that you can rub the clit too. So you can like go up and down, circular, like I said, side to side. You can pinch on it gently, unless she likes it rough. Definitely whatever she wants, you want to go there with her. Ask your partner, how does that feel along the way? Just so that way you can get their input. Because sometimes, I'm not going to lie, we can be the type to be quiet and won't tell people, you know, this is why I'm here, because I want you guys to start getting that confidence, of course, to start vocalizing your wants and needs. But sometimes we as people do not communicate what we need. So it's great to ask and to check in and see what it is that she likes and if she's enjoying what you're doing so far. Ask her if she wants you to, or they want you to switch it up. You can also slap it. Oh, I love it when you slap my pussy. Like a bad girl. Yeah. I love it. Like, especially when I'm about to come or whatever, or I am coming, or I'm squirting and stuff like that. Just like, ugh. Now that's one porn star technique that I go for. And it's not because of the porn stars, but just because it feels so good. Like, I love it when you slap dick on my pussy. Like, it's a wonderful feeling, okay? Let's see. So remember that when you are going down on the vagina, incorporating your lips, your mouth, your tongue, all of that stuff, remember, and I think that it's been said so many times, the clit is the focal point at the end of the day. But I'm here to tell you that it is not the only point. Again, there's so many different parts and layers to the vagina that you can be stimulating that will, you know, enhance the experience and create a greater outcome for an orgasm. So you can explore on the hood, as I said before. You can also explore, you know, take your tongue, circle it around the clit. Don't just go straight for the clit. Just go around it. Go into the hood. Go into the lips. Dig in and out. Play with it. Don't motherfucking just do the same technique the full time unless she says to do the same thing. If she says right there, you better do it right there. But you want to alternate between licking and sucking. And I will tell you, when the clit engorges on the sides and as well as the actual part that you can see, the little button, I like to call it the button. I think it's called the glands, the clitoral glands. I have to look at that name again, but that little piece up at the top, when you see that it has engorged, it's becoming fat, ma. That's what everybody says. You know that she's extremely turned on, first of all. That's usually the indication right there that she's now at a state where she can receive more pleasure. Whether she wants you to stop eating her pussy and go ahead and insert the dick, that's when you check in, of course. Or whether she's almost ready for a climax. Just about. So and that's also when the clit is more sensitive. You can incorporate toys at this time. I like to do my fingers, you know, you can insert however many fingers that she likes. Start off with one, just to warm it up, you know. Again, get acquainted, this time with the inside of the pussy. Maybe go ahead for two, so that way she can get even more pleasure out of it. And then at that point, you can also start going for that G spot. Start curving those fingers up, you know. And that come hither motion. I love it. But and then start sucking on the clit while you're doing that, or licking it. It's just because I know a lot of women, they can't orgasm without clitoral stimulation. And that's real. That is so real. And I'm lucky enough, thank you. I'm not going to say lucky enough. I never want to say that because I feel that everybody can orgasm from penetration with or without clitoral stimulation. It just takes time, practice, and just getting to know yourself and your partner to be able to do that. However, I am blessed enough to have experienced that by this stage in my life. So a lot of women, though, they need that. And most times I do need that too. I'm not going to lie. And most times I do also need clitoral stimulation because it feels fucking good. And that's going to get me there a little bit faster. I'm not going to lie. So that's when it's great to learn the anatomy again. Because once you learn that the clit has engorged and it's at its highest peak, you can go in for the kill. You can start sucking on it, whether she wants it a little bit harder or not. You can suck and lick. I like to do that combo. Me personally, I will suck and lick on the pussy at the on the clit at the same time. Like, I love that portion of it. And we ain't even gonna get into the whole thing. I love getting my face rolled and stuff like that because then I know that she's really enjoying herself. She's, grinding the clit around and she's in control of her own pleasure at that point, and I'm just merely her canvas. So I love that part. But yeah, so you want to guide your head to the direction. You can play with it, get in there and start shaking your head. And biggest thing is to hum. It creates a vibration on top of the vibration. I know a lot of people like their dicks, sucked with a little hum to it. We like the same shit. Hum with it. First of all, it's like you're communicating with the pussy and you're communicating with me. So make sure that you are, and it sounds like you're enjoying it. Like, that turns me on even more because it sounds like Campbell's, bitch. Good. Like, come on. That's a confidence booster too. So I feel like all of it is incorporated at the end of the day. Like how I said earlier, words of affirmation and things like that. You can actually do that while you're eating the pussy. Go figure, right? So that's why I say listen to your partner. Listen for those moans from her or them. Because obviously, if she's telling you to stay in that one spot, you want to stay there because she's about to either come or she's really enjoying that right there. And a lot of the times, I know a lot of men complain about how we take too long to come, especially from head. But then y'all be like moving. Y'all get out of the spot after we tell you to stay. Or y'all want to move our hands when we keeping you in the spot. We ain't putting our hands on your head just for decoration. Like, no, we're telling you to stay right there because that is where unless y'all doing some type of play where you don't want her to come just yet. I get that. But if she communicating that she wants to come and you getting a little tired, listen. I don't understand why y'all don't do that. That's so weird. But anyways, make eye contact with her. Now, I will say this. I was told once before, this was a while ago, or I was asked why I don't make eye contact with my partner. They asked me why I don't look at them. And I'm like, my belly in the way, to be honest. I can't see you, boo. Like, and then I hate when you're trying to like lift up. It feels like a fucking crunch at that point. Like, I feel like I'm doing crunches while I'm trying to receive pleasure. That's taken away from me the feeling of it. And I ain't got time for that. I got time to bust this nut right now, to enjoy this feeling. I don't want to. I'm shaking the table. Look at me. Ooh. I don't have time to do all of that. Like, I need to focus in right now on this. I can't focus on looking at you. I can't, and I would love to. Sometimes I wish that this gut would go away, even though I love my body. But sometimes, bitch, you're in the way. I can't see. I want to see those pretty eyes glancing up at me and things like that. So, but if you can, make eye contact. That's going to take her soul for real. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to lie. When my stomach was a lot smaller, back in the day. It was so amazing to look into my partner's eyes. It was just weakening. But finally, once she does finally climax, you want to communicate with her. I personally, depending on my mood, depending on how far into the intercourse we are, and if we've previously or if it's known that we are going to have sex, I don't mind you just going ahead and sticking the dick in. Sometimes though, I'm not ready, or maybe I just didn't even want dick. I just wanted the head. This is when you have to communicate with your partner. Ask them, is it okay to stick your dick in? A lot of women are probably going to come for me and be like, I'm just ready for the dick anyway. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, that's cool and all, But for me personally, sometimes I am literally, and I say this all the time, I'm laying on the bed like a starfish. I'm not ready. I gotta take advantage of that refractory period. I gotta get back up. Like, I need to collect more lives. It's not working for me. I gotta, kind of restart, refresh. When I come from clitoral stimulation, especially, well, only when I come from clitoral stimulation, it's like my body goes into a shock, and I don't even want to be touched. Don't touch me. Don't do anything. Barely even talk to me, because I don't have much conversation for your ass. But I don't want to be touched when I come from clitoral stimulation, because it just doesn't feel good to be touched just yet. It's not that it feels terrible or anything like that, but it just doesn't feel good. And I feel like my body is not ready. So just honor that. If I communicate that to you, don't keep trying to eat me out either. I will kick you in the fucking face. I will. Now, if I have not come yet or whatever, then that's a different story or whatever. But, because sometimes I do run. I ain't gonna lie. Because, it feels so fucking good and I don't want to come just yet. I will run. That's different. But if I've already come and I've communicated that to you, listen. For me personally. But I know a lot of us, we are automatically ready for the dick right after. Then stick that dick, you feel me? Play with it with your dick. Paint it like a canvas. And then go ahead and ease it on in there and let's get to work. Like, I'm ready. Let's go. But a lot of the times, hold on, wait, champagne break. Mouth was getting a little dry there. But a lot of the time, I am ready for that. I am, because a lot of the time I don't really like to come. Me personally, again, I'm not speaking for all women when it comes to this, but I don't like to come when I haven't gotten my dick yet. I don't want to come from head if I have not gotten my dick yet, because like I said, I need that refractory period. Sometimes it could take a little minute, and I don't want to wait that little minute if I've been already thinking about the dick from ever since my clit was engorged. Okay. So to each their own and things like that. But me personally, I like to get right into it, and then afterward, or during, you can take it out, start eating me out, and then get me to come. But I will communicate that with you. I will let you know, like, I want to come from head right now, or I want to come, from dick, or I want to do both. Like, I will communicate how I want to come. And I think that that's something that should be normalized. I think that we should communicate how we want to come. Like, some of the times we talk about where you want it to land, talking about the man's nut, but I want to be able to tell you too where I want to come. I want to come on your dick. I want to come on your mouth. I want to squirt everywhere. Make me squirt. Like, we need to open up about that too. That's another conversation that I just now really thought about. We don't talk about. So, yeah. Well, those are my tips on cunnilingus. It was kind of everywhere. I hope that you were able to keep up, because I went over time. I try to keep these within 15 minutes. I'm not going to lie, but we went into about 30. But it's okay. As long as I got the information out there and you guys take heed to it, I hope that you will do with it what you will and it was helpful for you. If not, don't blame me, girl. You need to figure it out. Communicate with your partner at the end of the day, because just what I said, all of this stuff, I think at least the biggest takeaways are to learn the anatomy of a woman. So that way you can know what parts what parts are more keen to, I don't want to say orgasm, because I don't want us to just focus on orgasm, but what parts are the most pleasurable for women generally and things like that. You can look at surveys, you can look at articles, you can look up diagrams of vaginas and things like that. Do that and just understand that and communicate with your partner on what it is that they want ultimately, because it's really up to them. What I like may not be what the next woman likes. I know a lot of women, I'm not going to say a lot, but I know some women that enjoy rough head. I hate rough head. I do not want you to bite my clit. I don't want you to suck it hard to where it feels like you're sucking it off. Please don't do that. I will, again, knee you in the throat. Don't do that to me. That's not pleasurable for me. But I know for some women it is. And that's okay. We like what we like. But at least switch it up. Try to switch it up. Ladies, people with vaginas, try to switch it up and, just experience it all together. But I also understand this too, and I didn't even mention this. Some people with vaginas enjoy harder sucking, and I just thought about this too, because sometimes their clit may not be as sensitive as others. Some people have very sensitive clits. I don't have either. I have I don't want to say a normal, because what is normal, right? But I have just in the middle. Like, it's not highly sensitive. It's not undersensitive. It's literally just, I don't know how to even describe it. But you have to also have those conversations about, I know it seems like it could be weird, like, what kind of clit do you have? But literally ask, like, that's why I say ask as you're going, like, is this too rough? How does this feel? And things like that. So that way you can know what you're dealing with. And I feel like that's why we as women, or just people in general, we need to communicate what it is that we like, or what our bodies are like when we are receiving these types of, when we're receiving this type of pleasure. Like, we have to really vocalize that, because then you're going to end up with someone and you're going to think that they don't know what they're doing, or, oh, he's doing it too rough, and we're prejudging because that's what he used to do with somebody else, but we didn't communicate that that's not what we like, or whatever. So we have to also be accountable as well. So again, those are really the two biggest things. Learn the anatomy of a person with vagina, and also the person receiving and the person giving. Learn how to communicate. And I feel like I say that in every episode. So my biggest takeaways are those two things. Please let me know how you feel in the comments below. Let me know what it is that you like. People with vaginas, please let me know if I did it right. Also chime in with whatever other advice that you may have. I might have missed some things. And yeah, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to Patreon. That is patreon.com/sacralgenie. Please make sure that you are subscribed. You don't want to miss the content that is going up on there weekly. And I post a few times out of the week on my Patreon. It's literally like my personal sex diary on there. And I do vlogs. I do diary entries. I do meditations. I'm going to actually be doing a meditation tomorrow and have that posted up for this week's meditation. Also doing some yoga, nude yoga. I can't wait to start that. And yeah, so much more. You'll get special announcements, exclusive episodes, things that people who don't subscribe get. So yes, I appreciate everyone for following me. Continue to follow me on all social media platforms at The Sacral Genie. That is everywhere. And yeah, stay tuned, because you never know what's next. All right, bye.